Big GM, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Mates episode. Craig's away today, guys, so it is me all by my lonesome today. So thought we'd switch it up again and maybe do a bit of live trading, or probably not necessarily. There's not much volatility, so we probably won't do anything specifically live, but we'll take a live market, look at the charts, look at memes, look at alts, we'll look at NFTs, we'll look at what I'm looking at the moment, and why I'm still bearish for 2026 but bullish in the short term. I've been dropping a few videos on YouTube you guys can go check out. That will give you updates around why I think that, and if we look at high time frames, it very much supports that notion. But yeah, we'll wait and see what 2026 has in store. But GM to everyone, as always, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here on this fine Sunday evening in America / Monday morning in Australia. Starting our week off with a bit of Market Mates here, guys. So yeah, shout out to Craig and his fam. They're a little bit unwell overnight, so hopefully his fam can recover. Now we got a massive week ahead of us, guys, on our show. For those that didn't see the tweet, make sure you go follow us at Market Mates MKT Mates at Twitter. We have all of our updates there, all our clips are there as well. You can go follow our updates there. But basically, we have OSF on tomorrow's show to talk all things Rex. Super pumped about that. Then we have Jamsey as well. So, I mean, Jamsey is one of the largest info creators or calls out there. He obviously runs his own group as well. So, very much excited to have both these two guests on later this week. Two juggernauts in crypto 2026. So, excited to have both of them on. So, make sure you go follow us, guys, at Market Mates at Twitter. For all these updates. And as always, massive shout out to our two partners. Well, we're actually no longer partner with you. You'd have to separate away from us. So shout out to them, though they're still cooking behind the scenes. But massive shout out to OKX, who are still our partners, guys. And you can sign up down below. As I've been saying for a while, it's my most trusted exchange to trade on right now. And you can trade Bitcoin over there. So I've got all my orders set. I've got all my orders set down here. If this very much still looks like a lower high forming here. So we'll wait and see. I mean, it could come all the way up to here, 110, 115, potentially, and still be a lower high for me. So we'll wait and see what happens. But yeah, you can sign up for OKX down below, guys. Check it out. Do $1,000 volume, $500 of volume, and you get $75 for free. Nowhere is beating that. So I thought I'd start off with a bit of bullish news out there, guys. A bit of bullish news. So over the weekend, so institutions are increasingly betting on Bitcoin's bullish moves and moving away from sophisticated arbitrage bets. Now, this is really interesting because there was $1.2 billion of Bitcoin ETF inflow over the past sort of couple of days or end of last week, which is pretty crazy, which reversed the December outflows. Now, what really starts to really interest me is the fact that the amount of market cap increase that silver has actually had recently. It really makes me bullish that crypto isn't still where it is going to get to, in my opinion. So if we come and have a look, silver was below, silver was down here at 2 trillion, only a couple months ago. And now it is very much a firm second place here at 7, or this is an Australian. So let me change to the US. I much prefer US. Here we go. So it's at $5 trillion, guys. This was literally at about, this region here not long ago at all. So the fact that if silver can go up by basically 2-3x in its market cap in the space of about 6 months to a year, I think that is really bullish for what Bitcoin can achieve in the years to come. Now, I am, as I said before, still bearish for 2026. There's a lot of reasons for that. It doesn't necessarily mean that I don't think there's opportunities to be made probably in Q1, potentially Q2, depends. But yeah, dude, this is very bullish. The fact that you can see $2.5 trillion just accumulated into silver in the past couple of months, that's pretty crazy when you think about BTC at $2 trillion. So yeah, I think the upside for BTC is pretty crazy. When you put this into relation with gold and silver, if it nestles even in between these, okay? And you got to remember, silver is the beta to gold. So gold is Bitcoin and Ethereum is silver in the crypto world. So if you let's put Bitcoin in between these, let's say it's about 10, 12, 15 trillion dollars. That's still a 10x from where it is today. And that would, as you can see, put Bitcoin at $1 million per coin. So I very much think for me, Bitcoin does trend towards $1 million, maybe in about a decade time, maybe a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm very bullish on what Bitcoin has ahead. But yeah, basically 1.2 billion net inflows over the past few days. Now, at the end of the day, I don't use this as a sign of smart money buying. Okay, and there's a big separation here. I use this as a catalyst to understanding where market is, or where liquidity is coming in or going out. Right. So ETF inflow isn't a representation of smart money. ETF inflow is people who aren't risk on. So in other words, they're happy to just buy the ETF because they don't want to buy stuff on chain. They don't want to set up wallets. They don't want to set up hard wallets. They don't want to set up an exchange. Okay, they just want to buy the ETF and make it super easy rather than holding the asset themselves. So it's retail as well as juggernauts. Okay, so you need to remember that you can't just track inflows or outflows as a metric. Okay, ETF inflows and outflows are purely just probably a glorified version of what you see on chain. Okay, you usually see retailers pile in with FOMO when Bitcoin hits all-time highs. Same thing happened with ETF inflows, and basically they hit like huge outflows in October when BTC dumped late last year as well. So yeah, for me, it's just good to track this. And basically, what I think is as you start to see like silver and gold outperform, I think over time, I think that really makes Bitcoin very early still, and I do think it heads towards that 500K to a million in the near future. So some bullish articles over the weekend, but large Bitcoin holders buy the most coins since the FTX collapse of 2022. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, I could have shown you this, and I actually brought this up with you guys literally on the show last week. If I can bring it back up. So yeah, this is something to keep in mind. So whilst retail isn't necessarily buying a lot of tokens, they haven't really seen an increase in a very long time. What we have noticed is whales continue to absolutely go to town. Okay. And Craig and I literally spoke about this last week on the show. I should be writing some of these articles. So this is I use this. You can just go to Bitcoin Magazine Pro. These ones you can access for free. But as you can see here, Bitcoin addresses with more than 100 Bitcoin. Okay, are currently accumulating at the fastest rate we have seen literally since way back here in 2014. So this rise here was the most aggressive we ever saw whales above 100 BTC all the way to about 2017. Then it was a decline. And ever since, basically, the ETFs got approved in late 2024 when there was a lot of euphoria, when Trump was entering office. Then this is consequently increased at an alarming rate. There's nearly 20,000 wallets that own more than 100 Bitcoin. So that's pretty crazy when you do think about it. But if we come and have a look, this is what Craig and I, we literally spoke about this on stream. You can go watch our stream from last week. Where is it? So Bitcoin no, maybe it's not that one. Where is it? There's one on here that showed us basically number of new addresses, was it? I think where we actually haven't seen, it's not the one I'm looking for, where we actually haven't seen Bitcoin accumulated like on the lower tiers since a long time, since basically way back in 23, 22. So as you can see here, it's been pretty flat for people with a small amount of Bitcoin. Okay, so this is very interesting. So it's showing you that maybe the whales are very much, this is a much better metric to be following, okay, on-chain data rather than ETF inflow or outflow. But what you're looking at here is basically juggernauts, whales, hedge funds, companies, countries, they're accumulating Bitcoin. Lower tier retail participants, your everyday average Joe, isn't quite accumulating Bitcoin at this point of time. Now, for me, I am greedy for lower. I do think we could hit 60K, maybe a little bit lower, 50K in the coming months. So I've got my orders down there. If I see strength, so be it. I I know that there will be a bear market at some stage. It's just I'm going to stay patient for that. Some of the best opportunities for me came out of 2022, 2023. And I know like that's where I got Solana under $30. I got Casper at 100 million. I got Radium at 20 cents. We were trading meme coins before they were even popular. You got Bitcoin under 30K. You had Ethereum down to the $1,000-ish. So yeah, for me, that's like bear market accumulation you cannot beat. And I cannot wait to accumulate when the trend is confirmed. Now, how will we know the trend's confirmed? Once we set in this lower high, which we'll talk about later on the show. But Kathy Wood also comes out again. She's been a Bitcoin boy for quite a while. But Kathy Wood calls Bitcoin good source of diversification for investors seeking high returns. I mean, yeah, like she's been saying this for a long time now, probably 5-10 years. So she's quite early to Bitcoin. But yeah, anyways, again, a lot of upside here for Bitcoin, in my opinion. And I do think, yeah, wow, she reckons 1.5 million by 2030. That's crazy. Not sure about that. But moving on to other topics. Really interestingly, there's a lot of liquidity building up on the long side at the moment, which does at least form a potential magnet for our lower high to be formed. So basically, as you can see here, we got $13.6 billion. Again, this was as of 6 hours ago, formed on the long side all the way down to about 84. And we only have 3 billion above us towards the upside. So again, always be reminded, guys, that liquidity acts as a magnet. Do be aware of both short side and long side liquidity, because at the end of the day, that is how prices move. But if we come and have a look a little bit more details as well, basically, there's over $18 billion in longs that would be liquidated if BTC was to hit 77K. So that's all of the people with stop losses, all the people with entries around 80K to 90K. And I do think we head there in time. I do think we head there in time. Whereas on the short side, there's not much. Not much. What's that, like 10 billion? So yeah, definitely something to keep in mind, guys. All right, some other news. Look, Bitcoin's done well in Q1. It's good to see, but you would expect that, right? We saw a very bearish Q4. If you look at previous years, we saw 5% in a bull market in 2021. We saw 215% in the bull market of 2017, and we saw 400% in the bull market of 2013. So for me, it's very interesting that we saw that red Q4 in a bull market, but necessarily you would expect, okay, well, if you saw a 23% correction, naturally you would expect maybe a green reversal, not reversal, but maybe a bounce, okay, in the following quarter. So we will keep an eye on that. But historically, Q1 has been quite bullish for Bitcoin in its history. Same for Ethereum. Ethereum actually outperforms in Q1 compared to every other quarter of the year. So again, as you can see, it saw a 30% reduction in Q4 2025. It's up 12%. And as I've been saying for a while, this is why I don't hold any Bitcoin right now. I think if we are going to see a bit more of a sustained rally here in Q1, then naturally I do think that it's going to be more risk on. So your memes, your alts, your majors outside of Bitcoin are probably going to outperform. And that's proof of the pudding right here, with Ethereum up 12% and BTC only up 8%. So something to keep in the back of your mind. Now, some on-chain experimentation. Love to see this. Shout out to Meta Alchemist, who is founder of CeDeFi Fund and whatnot as well. A few other things. Vibe Ship Co., which is, the whole premise of what we're looking at here. But basically, for those that, I'm sure you would have seen this has nearly 1 million views, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 900K now. But basically, for the attention of all Wash, Coles, Trenches, or Fortnite Pro players, you better listen up to this. So you might have realized now that vibe-coded products are becoming the next big thing. Hereby, Idea Ralph has a proposal. So Ralph being that Simpsons character. What if every vibe code product had a coin to pay Claude, servers, marketing, and more? This would accelerate innovation, spawn more vibe coders, let great vibepreneurs access funding to build more, make more Web3 the true home of startups and innovation. Let me bring it over here so it looks like I'm looking at this screen. There we go. That's a bit better. Until now, you have supported coins with no inherent value. I speak about this often. There is no inherent value to literally 99% of the shit out there. You're just trading attention, trading hype, trading speculation, trading business in some components, okay? You stay sleepless for days and months over coins with a dog, a cat, or a frog picture. You have acted cool because you supported all the useless stuff and thought you were 200 IQ. I mean, we've made a lot of money. That's crypto. Now let's do the same with Vibecoin. So Idea Ralph is to set the stage for spark of Vibecoin meta. It will be the MCP that spawns tens of thousands of ideas that will become Vibecoins. Idea Ralph will be the godfather of the Vibecoins, able to create movement with the vibe coders that use it. You give it to the dumbest idea and you can turn it into a genius. That's Ralph Wiggum's loop, hence the transition there to Simpsons. Idea Ralph will have its own token with no raise, all airdropped. It will have a mechanism that allows people to send their Vibe coins created by Idea Ralph, MCP, to send a portion of their tokens to it, and holders of Idea Ralph will receive these tokens, distributed to them equally according to how much they hodl. So Idea Ralph will launch from a Vibe code as godfather of the Vibe coins. What is Vibe? Do some research. Check that out. But basically, destination will be on base. Drop your OX wallets. A real Ralph Wiggum loop begins here for Vibe coins, for pushing products, for transforming the degen spirit to machines of production. I think this is kind of cool. It's the first sort of experimental trend that I could see us really exploring for a long time over on crypto and CT. So just a little bit more clarification here. So if you quote tweet the above post, You may get a like from a mysterious personality. Your airdrop will have a multiplier based on the power of your message and its reach. The multiplier may be up to 250x. Spread the movement from idea Ralph. So as you can see here, this is him prompting it with Claude in the background. So there's a 7-minute clip. If you want to watch it, you can literally go and watch it in real time and how it's all working out. So yeah, look, I did it this morning. I think this is probably worth a bit of time. All of the big dogs, all of the big dogs on CT are doing it. So for me, I think this is definitely like, yeah, dude, you've got everyone. You've got Sammy, you've got Bo from bloody security at PP. You've got Ben White as well. I did stuff with him in the past. D Farmer, Riddler. You got Zeneca before. You got small Coles as well. You got big Coles like Camel. Okay, FFE. He'll be on the show with us in a couple of weeks' time. You got Gorilla, Leon as well, head of marketing as well, which is cool. He's commenting. So this is interesting. You got Min down there as well. There's a lot of people doing this. So basically, quote tweet. I did my quote tweet just before. So let's see how it works out. I think this will be cool. And this is the first sort of on-chain experimentation that we've seen for a while. So for someone like me, I like seeing innovation like this, and it definitely interests me to see how this actually plays out. So we'll wait and see how this actually comes to fruition. So I hope Craig is watching this back, and I hope Craig does this too, because this could be a cook. So we'll wait and see. I put my post out just before, so we'll wait and see. I don't know if I'll get good engagement on it. Probably not. My algo at the moment isn't supporting my ambition very, very well. Moving on to my bags, Reccoin is arguably one of the strongest charts in crypto at the moment. Been talking about this for a while. We have OSF, so he's the founder of Rect, on the show tomorrow. That'll be exciting to talk all things with him. We've been chatting DMs for a while now. So I'm super excited to, just see what their plan is for 26, what their execution's been like recently with their new cherry cola flavor that did really well, and whatnot as well. So yeah, super excited to have OSF on the show tomorrow. And the chart is, I hold a decent, I wish I held more, but for now I still hold a fair chunk. This is probably my biggest bag, but for me right now, I think this is, if Bitcoin goes to 115, then this, as I've been saying for a while, this surely hits like 500 million. So yeah, anyways, chart looks good. There's obviously a bit of liquidity on other exchanges, so it needs to pass by those people who are shorting slash not even shorting, but just selling into the liquidity pump. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on what's happening over there. But yeah, massive shout out to Rec, and I'm super excited to chat with OSF tomorrow about this as well. Should be lots of fun. GM to you guys as well in the chat. Now, moving on. I thought we might have seen a rotation into some older memes. I spoke about Troll last week or the week before, but it just seems like there's just no interest. So, potentially with this new vibe coding meta, that could really be the sort of like a transition that we see the market move into maybe over the coming days. So yeah, things like Troll that had an insane run mid last year really do feel like it'll probably pump at some stage. It'll probably find a bottom at some stage, and then probably then randomly get pumped or manipulated. So I don't know. It's worth. I think I still hold a small bag, but for me, it's just interesting to see what happens with all these older meme coins. Same with White Whale. So it's very much in its golden pocket right now. Volume has declined, so I would expect at least some resolution here. If it can't hold this double bottom here off the 6.6, then yeah, we are heading towards our 42 million, which probably isn't a bad bet potentially to see a reaction. You obviously have, that's where the retest was previously, so there is liquidity down here. You've got, as you can see here, a massive FVG. So not that like a lot of your normal trading processes can really work on meme coins, but something that hit 200 million would have market makers, would have people driving liquidity, would have people aware of these sort of levels to be aware of. So yeah, maybe this is an area of interest down here if we can't hold 68 million. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm holding a little bit here. Wait and see what happens with White Whale. I do think this will show us like the strength of the market. If this, whether it breaks out from the 786 or whether it breaks out from here, and how good this breakout is, this will really show us in the volume that comes in. It'll really show us like how dominant the market is at the moment, and whether we are moving into a more risk on sort of stage, right? We, as Craig alluded to last week, we did hit greed for the first time in a long time, and that actually concerns me a little bit, because the quicker we hit greed, the quicker I think this rally is going to be over, in my opinion. So I would much rather see us slowly grind up and then maybe grab some liquidity higher, maybe like 110 for BTC. 107 is a pretty critical level for me as well. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how the meme coins go. And the quicker we move up, the quicker these memes, or the less time they have to actually be aggressive. So yeah, very, very interesting at the moment with White Whale as well. Now, if we move over to NFTs, they've actually had a pretty good month. We've seen a bit of a rally over the past sort of couple of weeks. So a lot of NFT projects are up quite significantly for the first time in quite a while. If we come and have a look at their USDT prices, you do see that Pudgy Penguins are actually up nearly $9,000 in basically, like, they dipped all the way down to $11,000 for the people in America who were tax loss harvesting. So they're up $7,000 in, what's that, like 18, 19 days. That's pretty crazy. Like, that's basically an 80% move, or maybe a little bit less, like a 75% move. If you caught the lows. So always do be aware in crypto. If you're an interested buyer, a lot of people sell stuff at the end of the year in America to tax loss harvest, and it's not a bad hedge to actually buy into that fear, buy into those sells, because as you can see here, even on a risky asset like an NFT, it's up like 75%. And again, it's outperformed Ethereum, it's outperformed Bitcoin since the start of the year. And this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're actively trading this market, I think there's much better upside being more down the risk curve at this stage of the bull market. Like, you got to remember, like, we've been up only since 2023, like since mid 2023, we've been up only. So for me, that's like nearly 3 years. Like, we're 2.5 years into this bull market, and people are like, oh, your bull market hasn't started. Shut up, bro. Like, we've been in a bull market since September 23, if you want to say. That's when Solana broke out, that's when Bitcoin broke out of its accumulation range. So for me, yeah, it's I think right now it's being more active with your bags. That's why, as I've been saying for a while, that's why I've got way more rec than holding Bitcoin. I don't really care about a 15% Bitcoin move. I care about a maybe 2-3x trade on rec, right? So yeah, looking really interesting. I know Bored Ape Yacht Club is actually up higher. They are up significantly. So basically, same again. If you bought literally on January 1st at $12,000, you're up nearly $9,000, or you're up over $9,000 on Bored Ape Yacht Club. So that's really interesting to see that apes are still maintaining that strength against pudgies in recent times. We alluded to this last week. We spoke about it with Brendan as well when he came on the show. That yeah, what are the best PFPs to be holding? And he's obviously a good vibes club man. I don't mind them. I think they're pretty cool. But pudgies have been probably the historically more reputable, let's call it, CT PFP recently. But apes seem to be holding up pretty well. Not that I mean, do I ever buy an ape? Probably. Maybe not probably, but look, if they ever get down to $5,000, probably would buy an ape. I'd probably buy an ape down there. So anyways, we'll move over to the market. But yeah, anyways, lots to discuss there, guys. This will probably be a shorter show as well, because we probably have longer shows during the week as well. But yeah, in terms of Bitcoin, it's been a lackluster weekend. This is literally price action over the weekend, guys. This is why I don't actually really care about weekends at the moment. Like, as you can see here, this is my weekend. So we front run you in Australia, but as you can see here, where's there? So there. So this has been my weekend. Literally, price has been in this range. So a lot of the time, people think, oh, it's a good time to trade crypto on the weekend. Literally, that is your volatility over the weekend. So for me, I'm not really interested at all to trade that. How do I delete my alert? There we go. Yeah, so, I mean, you've had no volatility. This is a tiny range. It's a 1% range. I do expect some volatility in the coming weeks. We have FOMC in about 9 days' time. So I am curious. I'm still in this BTC short. Did TP a bit. I've took some TPs already down at these lows here when it hit. Ideally, we can transact a little bit lower, but we might not necessarily get down there. We could trend a little bit. But yeah, there's liquidity on here that I'm targeting. We have the weekly support resistance that we broke out. This is a bear flag here on the 12-hour. As you can see, we are a little bit overextended on stochastic here on the 12-hour. On the daily, this is not bearish divergence. So we've got a big imbalance here. So for me, it becomes probably a target at least to hold this short a little bit lower, in my opinion. I mean, if you look at this chart, it looks like we're going to come a little bit lower before challenging this massive FEG that we did grab a lot of liquidity from. So this 8-hour, this weekly, probably worth removing for now, but that was our target last week. That's why I got short. And as you can see, we are playing out towards the downside here with the 95.9 close in about 33 minutes. We have a weekly close as well. Actually, let's look at the weekly chart. So weekly is bottomed, and that's the thing that this is why I'm bullish Q1. Weekly, we obviously came into this weekly order block, tapped that directly. What I don't like is that we haven't revisited that liquidity down there. So this just screams screams that we got to come down to. And we spoke about that at the start of the show. There's like what 18 down to 77. So basically, where 77's there. So down to here, there's $18 billion stacked up here. Okay. That's a horrible B. Let me make that better. $18 billion stacked down in this region here. So definitely be aware. Definitely be aware down in this vicinity. Okay. So for me, this remains a high time frame target for us to at least revisit this liquidity at some stage. I mean, I would nearly say I'd rather see it happen sooner rather than later, because if we do take it, then I do think we could push up higher. If we go higher first, oh, that's not good. That's not good. I think we definitely dump very quick and volatile into it. We've been up only since 23. Well, pricey, we are. Like, zoom out, brother. Like, zoom out. Like, let's have a look. Like, if you have a look at a monthly chart, we are still, I mean, if you ignore the VWAP bands and stuff, we have been up only since 2023, brother. We have been up only since 2023. We haven't broken structure in terms of this trend here. We have technically on a weekly broken this low to that low. That is our first structure change break here, in my opinion, okay? Because this actually set a new high. Why do I think that is? This went higher than here. So this is naturally a higher low to that, okay? And that is actually a lower low there, okay? So let's make a different color. That is a lower low compared to this low here. So that's our first structure break, but we are still up only. Look at this chart, bro. Look at this chart, like on higher time frame. Look at this. We've been up only. It's still up only until the trend breaks, okay? So I'm still bullish potentially for what I've been saying, okay? We have the value area high. Again, I measured it from the 74K low in April last year to the current high. We basically have just spent a lot of time at the point of control. Value area high, it sits at 110, and value area low obviously sits at that 77K dip. This is our range. This is our range. This is our range. And I mean, if you look, like, that's where that high is as well. Yeah, we got imbalances, inefficiencies here. So yeah, I do think we could trend higher. And then yeah, very much confirm that lower high. I mean, there's other charts I'm looking at. I'm seeing people draw a potential head and shoulders forming here as well. That's that's bearish. Okay. Oh, that's horrible. So something like this, where you come in like this and come in like this, and then you break down from that structure down here. I mean, everything I look at, price action itself, stochastic momentum on higher time frames, structure of price. This is a massive bearish wedge on high time frames. If we look at stochastic on the monthly, it's coming down below 117. We've spoken about this at length before. The 2-month also coming down below 108. 3-month also coming down below 108. 6 months as well. We have a look at it. It will come. Yeah, see, the 6 months still has room for higher. So again, we won't really know, but it like, you can't rely on the 6 month chart or the 12-month chart. They play out at obviously a very high time frame sort of level, right? But I mean, if we have a look at this, like, this is a bearish engulfing candle. So not only do you necessarily have to ignore maybe stochastic on a 6 month time frame, but you can look at this bearish candle, and that is a. So bonk is does that mean bonk's dumping? Oh, the market is dumping. Love it. That's good for my shorts. Except for rect. As rect is up. Okay, bonk is dumping. Okay, I'm very curious for some meme coins right now. So anyways, if we have a quick look here, this is like, you can't rely on trending indicators, okay? They are great probably on lower time frames where you can use them more regularly. And on high time frames, they are reliable to sort of show you the front run of the trend. But if you look at price action itself, that is a blow off top. This is a bearish engulfing candle. We could come all the way back up here over the next 6 months and then actually close down below. So yeah, it's an interesting market for me. And if we look at the yearly as well, the yearly, a 12-month chart, that is very much a bearish engulfing candle. Very much. Not a bearish engulfing, a blow off top. Okay, that is a blow off top candle if I've ever seen one. Okay, and you could easily say this is our high time frame level. Okay, distribution, trade back into this, probably back down here is probably the range that I'm looking at. So anywhere between 48K and probably this low at 77-ish is probably my area of reaccumulation of Bitcoin, okay, in this vicinity. As you can see, that is addition. Again, we'll wait and see what happens over the coming months. But the 3 month, I mean, the monthly and the 3 month is what we have to do. So is where I become very interested because we are below 108, we're below 117. So we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I get very keen to accumulate Bitcoin between 75 and 48. And I think that's a lot of people are like, oh, green is not going to go that low. Sick. If it doesn't go that low, I'm just happy to accumulate any point. And I'm just going to put a time on it. Okay, we start trading into this area. I'm just DCAing. Okay, DCAing every day, forgetting about it, making it automated, getting as much Bitcoin as I can here. Okay, here because that's like here. Okay, that's where you get the bear market. Your bear markets don't last for very long. All right. I mean, that's the 2021. That's 2017. Like your bear markets do not last long. Okay, like there and there. There's a previous structure there. So you don't get much time down there. You don't get much time at all. Okay, same down here. There's your time. Okay, there's your time. So you don't get much time at all, and then usually you're in a bull market. So for me, I get very greedy to buy Bitcoin below 75K and towards 48K. Now, where does that change? If we really show strength above 110, 117, then yeah, I'm wrong. And I would say we crash very aggressively if I'm wrong. That's the other thing too. We crash very aggressively if I'm wrong later in 27 probably. If we pump higher in 26, yeah, wow. And we actually make an all-time high. The other thing about that too, if we go down a little bit lower, the other thing too to remember is if we actually go up here and take the liquidity, that is a short signal. You got 3 drives there, then bearish divergence is forming. Stochastic would be still supported to the downside. This would be grabbing swing failure patterns. Oh yeah, that would be the ultimate short signal for me if we did get back up to the previous highs. So, which is kind of similar to what happened in 2021, if we did. But I mean, we already swept those highs. That's a distribution, and now we're trading back in that region. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. But this is why I'm bearish. Like structure itself doesn't look good here. Structure itself doesn't look good here. Okay, again, there's your potential head and shoulders playing out as well towards back towards 75K. So. I mean, back that with liquidity, back that with momentum indicators as well. That's why I'm bearish for 26, but in the short term, still quite bullish because the weekly has room. Pricey, your data point is, like, I'm going to disagree with you there. You say we are currently down from all-time high. You cannot say up only. Pricey, 99% of the time, you are down from all-time high. So, and you're just picking one data point. I'm picking another data point. I would argue if you look in the past few years, we are higher. We are higher. Like there is only price action only has traded above this period of time. Well, currently, like not even there. The price is there. Okay, so prices was below this level for 760 days, right? So in this cycle, so no, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. We have been up only since 2023. We have been up only until we get that confirmation of a lower high on the weekly on this chart here. Okay, that lower high wherever it comes in, we are very much still up only. We are very much still up only. So yeah, anyways, that's my bias right now. So I'm still trading some memes. I'm still trading perps every day when I can. And I do think that there's good opportunity in this market at the moment. So let's look at that actually. If our meme coins are dumping, where are they? Everyone's like, Greeny, why are you not FOMO into these? Because I was like, dude, these are going to come back. Okay, you missed the break. Oh, dude, goodness, I wish I was still in my Pengu shot. But anyways, okay, you got like the liquidity here. Okay, you've got this order block as well. All right, let's have a look at this. It's a partial order block. Maybe it's on a higher time frame. 3-day, 5-day, weekly. Nah, wherever it is, but maybe it was a 12-hour. But anyways, wait, like this is Pengu. Where am I interested? I am interested lower. Okay, from this move to here. Give me this region, and I start to become interested. Okay, very interested. And I think you got to just be so patient. That again, this is not. That's an M. That's a double top if I've ever seen one as well. Grabbing all that liquidity, grabbing into this liquidity over here. Distribution, trading back towards the like, I mean, let's have a look. Like, where's the point of control on this one? Okay, let's have a look at that. Hold on, let me just clean up the chart a little bit. So let's see. Point of control is all the way back at the 886. So I don't know if we go that deep, but yeah, it pays to be short today. Is ETH and BTC dumping yet? ETH's bloody going sideways. So it's just memes and alts that are dumping right now. Memes and alts that are dumping. That is what's White Whale doing? Is it dumping as well? Yeah, it doesn't look. It looks like it went slower. It does look like it went slower. Hey, maybe I'll get out of it. Just throwing money away with White Whale at the moment. Throwing money away, chat. Throwing money away. Throwing money away. Just putting a trade on right now. All right, there we go. Cool. Yeah, so I'm short ETH, short BTC, long some other alts and memes. I'm just checking my trades right now. Yeah. Yeah, charts don't look that good. Charts don't look that good. Looks like we will go lower. Yeah, like this is trading way back. So, I mean, what if we drag it to this low? Let's see. Yeah, so if we drag it to this low, yeah, dude, we've actually lost. Like, that's what I mean. Like, a lot of these memes and alts don't look good. They look like they're going lower. They look like they are going lower here. And look, daily, and this is why you gotta find again, we teach you at GTG. We show you the structure, we show you like my way to trade, we show you how sexy trades is a goat, show you how Aussie trades is also goat, same as Cappy, Stingray. We all educate you how to trade in our unique styles and use it as confluence to understand potential where the market is heading. For me, like this, that like as I just said with Pengu, like that is not good there. Okay. Also, we were overextended on the daily. We're below. We're postured to the downside, closing below. We're about to probably definitely have a, or maybe not. I'd need to put on another decimal on my indicator, but trading below probably where it's going to be. I want to see what reaction is like when we start retesting some of these fibs down here. But that's where your risk to reward is. Okay. If we think about risk to reward, right? If you're looking to buy this token, even if it only goes back to this high here, let's say it goes to the value area high, not even the highest, okay, to the value area high, and you have your stop loss below these lows, okay, so technically speaking, that would be a complete change in structure if it traded down here. It really shouldn't trade down there, okay? Even here, okay, it starts to put your risk reward, even though this doesn't look great and it's not, oh, Greeny, you're not trying to make 10x on a meme coin. Yeah, fuck that, bro. I want to make consistent money every single day with sick risk to reward. So again, that's a 1.65. You start DCA into it, okay, adding more, adding more, adding more. It just like it lowers your entry to here probably as an even entry, okay, and you're targeting back towards that high, and that's a 3 R&R, right? So that's how trading works, guys. It's a consistent process. It's understanding a skill that you can employ in all market conditions in multiple ways. Like you can short, you can long, okay, you can do this in a bear market, you can do this in a bull market, okay. That's what we teach in GTG. Okay, so BTC's at 94. Love this. We finally got some volatility live on the show. So yeah, anyways, as I said, we got this massive FEG here on BTC. Okay, back towards this. So again, we're broken structure here. If I go down to 4 hour, broken structure looks like we got to lose this level though on BTC. We've got to lose that level, and yeah, we very much fill all of this. Let's go back to 12 hour. Let's draw out this. You got a big gap here, big gap here that we could fill. So very interested in that. That's why I'm short. That is why I am short. What about ETH? Holding on by a thread. See, like that does not look like a nice chart. Doesn't look like a good chart. How low do we go, chat? That is the real question. This would probably be a big level for me for ETH. 3177. Big level to hold this. Big level. All right. Tough market at the moment. Not much volatility. Mm. Which angle? And when I look at, I need to remember, I put my charts over on this monitor. Thanks for the sex appeal. Appreciate it, Cairo. Jawline. Need to shave. My hair's getting a bit long. All right. Well, anyways, we'll wait and see what happens here with the markets. I don't think there's too much else for me to chat about. The market didn't really have much news at all over the weekend. Silver just hits 94. That's pretty crazy. Lots of liquidity below. Lots of liquidity below. Come on, BTC, just dump. Give us some volatility on maybe on the daily open. In 17 minutes, we'll get a big dump polar. Anyways, chat, I've got meetings straight after this stream today. Craig's away, so I'll take a little early break today. We've got OSF on tomorrow, so might run overtime. Wait and see. We got GMC on Thursday night, which is Friday morning for us as well. So super excited. Two juggernauts in the crypto space. Would be great to have them on the show. Thanks for hanging with me today. Massive shout out to OKX as well. And yeah, guys, we'll be back live again tomorrow. Thanks, chat, for hanging with me. And yeah, we gave you a bit of an update. If you're only just tuning in now, make sure you go back, watch the replay. Okay, I spoke about high time frame levels. I spoke about low time frame levels. I spoke about memes. I spoke about why I'm not holding any Bitcoin right now and why I'm trading memes and alts and stuff instead. And yeah, I think potentially we could go. This might be a red. I mean, Jim Cramer did say on the weekend. What does he know? What does Jim Cramer know? He did say market wouldn't be good. He did say that. Interesting. Yeah, market doesn't look good. It does. Alts are absolutely getting smashed right now. Anyways, thanks for hanging with me. Make sure if you're new here, follow us or subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Follow us if you're on Twitch. Follow us if you're on Kick. Follow us everywhere if you're on X as well. Market Mates, we're live every day. As I said, we got OSF tomorrow from Rect. That'll be a great show. And we got GMC later in the week. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. As always, see you in the next show, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, live every